Hey, good morning, everybody. I wanted to do a video today on what I ordered for the Pajero. Parts for this thing are really hard to find, and as I'm sure you've all seen in my last video, the intake needs some attention. The hose needs to be replaced. I have one on order. The airbox is really aged, showing the the plastic kind of aged look. So I decided, what the heck, instead of purchasing those two pieces, which are like $100 each, I decided to go with a intake that I found. Not really an intake, but an air filter adapter and air filter. So this is Cosmo Racing. I bought some pieces before. They seem to specialize in vehicles that there's not a lot of parts out there for, like my Impreza that I owned when I was going to university. They had parts for it, so I found this on eBay, and it was about $60 shipped to my door. So can't go wrong. $60 versus $200, and I guess I'll show you guys what's in the box. So you know what? We'll start with this. So here's what I got. So this is the adapter, and this adapter is perfect for that MAF. That MAF is this size, and it's kind of concave going towards the MAF. A lot of them cut the MAF off, which is not good. So when I seen this, I was really impressed with the design. So there's the adapter. We got a really nice air filter here. I believe this is 4.5 inch. You know what? Let's just check while we're on camera here. 5 inch. This is a 5 inch cone filter. It's pretty crazy. So 5 inch cone filter with the adapter. It's going to be really easy to slide on when it's bolted to the MAF. And then in the bag, we got instructions, of course. We got a nice brand new gasket. We got this Cosmo sticker, but it's like metal, so it's higher quality than a decal. Of course, you got this universal mount that is going to go on to the worm clamp somewhere, and you're going to bolt it down somewhere. So I still have to find out where I'm going to do that. Maybe there will be a spot in there. And got the hardware, and I want to point out something to you guys, that the heads on here are round versus a big lug square. And when it's on the filter, you can see there's hardly any room between the filter and the hole. So these round heads are going to assist with that really nicely versus a big bulky hex. So when I took this out of the box, I'm like, oh great, I'm going to have to offset it to miss that. But no, they supplied some really nice hardware with it, so I'm quite impressed. So I'm going to not do an install video, but I'm going to show you kind of along the way what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. All right guys, so here is my engine bay. As you can see, this is really aged and almost like has micro cracks in it or something. I don't know, but this piece is $100. That piece is $100. So I'm gonna give this cone filter a try. Normally I would just leave the airbox in here and call it a day. So what I'm gonna do obviously is I'm gonna take the negative terminal off first, and then I'm going to take this clamp off first. I'm gonna unclip the airbox, take the MAF off, and then slide the airbox out with the air filter and see what I have to work with on the bottom. It's probably gonna be 3-4 bolts, and we'll go from there. All right, so the top portion is off, 3 clips, slides out of the channels, MAF is up. This is weird. I have no idea if this is factory or not. I have never seen, there we go. I have never seen anything like this. If anyone knows if that is factory, let me know, because I'm seriously curious. I have never seen anything like this. It's like a vortex, you see on throttle bodies almost. It's weird, man. Could be factory though. Throttle body looks decent, not too dirty. I'm gonna give it a clean, and then we're gonna get this out here, and it is a series of 3 bolts. Those are weird. What the heck are those things? Rocks. All right, so here's to the next. All right, so the lower box is off. I had to take off the intake, cold air intake OEM snorkel piece, just because it wouldn't come out of the box, but I'm gonna figure that out because obviously I'm gonna want fresh cold air coming into the engine bay, and it'll be pointed directly where the filter will sit. So it's kind of interesting. It looks like there's gonna be a lot of mounting options, so that's good. I'm just hoping that that stays true once the filter is in. All right, so I'm going to take off the MAF now. It's a 10 mil. I'm gonna use a longer, or a medium extension rather, just to get under this piece here. And I'm gonna give it a clean, and then we're gonna attach it to the adapter. Stay tuned. Okay, so the adapter's on. I must say, this seems like a pretty thought through kit. I say that because the hardware, they used rounded nuts for the air filter, which is awesome. But also the hardware is like perfectly sized for this application. There's no ugly stud sticking out of the bottom. It's just a really thought through kit, and it came with a specific gasket that sandwiches between the plastic and the adapter perfectly. So pretty impressed so far. Now let's go see, let's go test fit this thing. All right, guys, that was probably one of the most easiest intake systems I have ever done. And it is done right. I am super impressed. I was really scared of mounting this thing, just floating, flopping around, because that hose is already showing signs of stress. Well, it came with a pretty versatile mount, and this mount is perfect. All I had to do was make this a 90. It was straight, and then I just bent it in my vise, and it's perfect. Like it couldn't have turned out better. The hardest part of this whole install was actually taking the snorkel out of the factory airbox. You have to get a flathead in there and kind of bend these tabs down and yank it out. But so far, I am super impressed. I am going to try to slip on this extra layer of protection. This is something that my buddy Tyler with our 35 GTR you've seen on the channel, he bought this for his STI, and I think it was his STI, but he bought two of them, one for me, and my STI has a factory airbox. So he told me to use it on this thing. So I'm going to try and get this sock on, and we'll see if it goes on, and then the video will be done. So stay tuned. Wow, guys, it fits like a glove. Like this sock was meant for this air filter. It's done. I'm super stoked. I'm gonna give you guys a audio clip before I log off here. So let me start up the vehicle, make sure everything's all tight, and we'll hear how she sounds. All right, guys, here's startup. All right, everybody, hopefully you heard a little bit of a difference, more than I did. I didn't hear much of a difference in the cab, but again, the vehicle is not under load. I'm sure when I'm on the road and I give it some gas, we're gonna hear the intake, which is good. But that's gonna be the end of the video. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. All right, peace, everybody.